Hi, science class. In case you've been having any issues with the simulation working so you can record observations, there is a document in Google Classroom, and here it is under Notes and Resources called Testing Conditions with the Sim, and it has links to videos that would give you some results at the end of those videos. So Healthy Body is first, then some videos for anemia, and then if you need it, some videos for diabetes. There is a link here for the sim. Otherwise, if you go here to amplify, you would come up here to the pancake stack, scroll down until you find metabolism sim, and you'd open it up and then launch the simulator. So in case you were unable to watch anything, I am going to do one example of each. So here is Healthy Body. We're going to reload the level. We're going to test it. And we're going to go ahead and add 2 corn, 2 fish, and 2 sandwiches like the instructions tell us to do. I'm turning off water, carbon dioxide, and fiber, and then I'm going to go ahead and push play. For the sake of time, I'm going to move it up to 1.5 speed. And again, this is Healthy Body. So hopefully what you're noticing is in the digestive system, the starch gets broken down into glucose, proteins break down into amino acids. Those small molecules move into the circulatory system. The circulatory system moves those molecules around. There's really no buildup of molecules happening. They just kind of flow fairly freely through the circulatory system. Here in the respiratory system, you have oxygen entering. Lots of molecules of oxygen move from the lungs into the circulatory system. Pretty constant flow. Looks like the circulatory system's getting a lot of stuff in there. The other thing you should notice is the 3 molecules, glucose, amino acids, and oxygen, at some point do head into the cells of the body, and oxygens and glucoses come together. They make the little mitochondria glow. Some of the amino acids come together and form little proteins. So this is just what a normal, typical body does. So I'll let you watch. And again, there's really no backup of molecules anywhere in particular. Timer will run for about 200 seconds, and then it should tell us that we're going to be at the end of the test. Here we go. We're going to hit close. And then we come up here to the graph button. And in the graph button, what we want to know is this information in the bottom right-hand corner. So we would record these results on this document here, okay, for Healthy Body, Trial 1. Or maybe it's your second trial, but we had 51 glucoses, 74 amino acids, 250 oxygen, and this number will be the same every single time of 25 oxygens taken in per breath. The range for glucose and amino acids typically is for a healthy body between 40 to 70-ish. Oxygen should be well into the 200s for a normal healthy body. And then if you need more data, please come back to the worksheet here and watch one of these 2 videos for more data. Next, I'm going to run anemia. So anemia, I'm going to load that level. I'm going to test it. I'm going to feed it the exact same thing, 2 corn, 2 fish, 2 sandwiches. Change nothing over here. I am going to turn off these excess ones, and then I'm going to go ahead at this point in time. I'm going to, for the sake of time, speed it up. And we should notice some differences. First thing to point out is digestive system will have nothing new happening. It's going to be able to break down the molecules as normal, and that's what we'd expect in digestive system for anemia, same for diabetes. Now, as we're watching the molecules move here, circulatory system is still moving lots of molecules, but I would ask the question, where do you see, pay attention mostly to glucose and oxygen. Where do you see more of them? Where do you see less of them? That's what we want to add to our observations on the part 3 of our information. So as I'm watching it flow, I spy that we bring in quite a bit of oxygen into the lungs, but I think very few oxygens really flow here into the circulatory system. There's just kind of that lacking of them through here. Check out in the cells as well, barely any oxygens, and as soon as it gets enough, they're used up immediately. Okay, but check out our person here. They were walking to start with, now they're resting. So their energy level has gone down greatly. And then we would check the graph for some numbers. Glucose level for this round was 48, 55, glucose 48, amino acids 55, oxygen 147, and oxygen is 25. You could run it again. Again, there's videos on the worksheet. I'm going to run one last test for diabetes. We'll begin that level, test it, feed it the exact same stuff, corn, fish, and sandwiches. Turn off the extra stuff. And speed of 1.5, go. Digestive system will do its normal job. And so then again, I would ask to look at glucose and oxygen. Where do you see more of it? Where do you see less of it? And it won't be very apparent right away, although I'd argue I'm already starting to notice that there's a buildup of oxygen. And maybe you see that too. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, check out the cell over here. Look at all those oxygens just building up in here, which seems like an okay thing, but that means something's not entering the cell very often. And as I look here in circulatory, everything seems to be flowing. Oxygen seems to be okay, but I'm noticing a buildup of a lot of glucoses in here. And if I look in glucose storage, it even seems kind of lacking there in glucose storage. Usually in the healthy body, there's a lot more glucose. And now as I look in here, wow, look at all this glucose building up in the heart. Very different from the healthy body. So there's a couple of observation things I would notice for diabetes. Numbers for diabetes in the graph. Glucose molecules that entered was 20. Amino acids was 54. Oxygen was 233. Oxygen per breath was 25. If you need more data, please do see the worksheet to watch another video. And that's our time. Thanks, folks. Let me know if you got questions.